Oh Lord. What is happening? Mediocre people of YouTube. See, I'll adjust the camera a little bit. So I'm busy getting to some stuff that I wasn't able to get to earlier. Trimming flowers from the fall. And I had some stuff that I wasn't able to get to earlier, now I get to it. So, anyhow, I have seen today and yesterday a couple of videos people making about, oh man, come December 10th, YouTube's gonna get rid of all the small creators. Now, I had made a video, I don't know, it was quite a while ago, where I talked about how, I don't really think Google, YouTube, they really don't need us small creators anymore. There was a time when this site, it needed creators, and it doesn't anymore. And I said in that video that I wouldn't be surprised to see Google make a play at some point in time to rival or purchase even, or make some kind of deal to rival Comcast. Maybe purchase Comcast, which Comcast wouldn't give a shit because it doesn't matter to Comcast. Google could purchase Comcast, and that wouldn't matter to Comcast because they own all the channels that you watch. The History Channel, all that shit. So if somebody bought Comcast, they would still get paid because they own all the channels that you watch. So yeah, we're kind of fucked when it comes to television service. But that's, what the internet's doing right now. That's the way, Google, YouTube is going. I think they're probably more concentrated on their television service, coming up here. TV's going to change, in the next few years with the way the internet's going. And I think that's where they're at. But as far as, oh my God, your channel's going to go down on December 10th. Dude, that's not going to happen. Because, they don't care. And especially, I know there was a guy out there, he's got, a little over 1,000 subscribers, and he likes to collect his $100 from time to time. And that's cool. I get it. That's fine. I mean, if you can make a little extra money, that's great, right? But, that really, that $100 every so often, that's not even pocket change to Google. That's like pocket lint to Google. So they don't give a shit about that. I believe that they do care about the very large creators, and I think that we're going to see those creators start, basically promoting their own shows on YouTube, perhaps having their own channels, or maybe Google will organize it so that you'll have a certain channel on YouTube where you can see content by certain creators or whatever. But here's the thing, I don't understand what everyone is bitching about. I mean, and I've heard a lot of bitching, and I've bitched myself about YouTube, and you know what? There's really, none of us have any room to bitch about anything, to be honest. It's like this. I've bitched about it because I think they censor a lot of stuff, and I'm a big free speech person. I like a platform where you can have free speech. But, in the end, who am I to bitch? YouTube, Google, but let's just call it YouTube, has given all of us, whether you're a creator with millions of subscribers or you're a creator with, 100 subscribers, a creator with 10 subscribers, doesn't matter. YouTube has given every one of us a massive platform to put our videos on, and gives it to a massive audience. You know what I'm saying? So who are we to bitch about anything? I mean, here's the thing. Why don't you start up your own website and start putting videos up and see how many hits you get? You know, and a lot of people have started on YouTube and have websites that have taken off and done well. And then there's a lot of people that have websites that, not so much. You know, people just don't want to go there to watch videos. They want to go to YouTube. They want to go to one place to watch video content, which is cool. But, you know, it's their, you know, and I've said it before, it's their company. You know, they reserve the right to terminate your channel anytime they want. It's their company. They can do what they want with it, right? And, you know, the same things that I bitched about before in the past, I've come to realize that who am I to bitch about it? YouTube has given me a massive platform to post content. Now, I don't put a lot of work and effort into my content. I mean, I should. You know, I guess. It would be cool to put more effort into it. I don't want to get to the point where you're never going to see professionally done content on my channel. You're not going to see it. And the reason you're not going to see it is because that's not what I'm into on YouTube. I like the smaller channels. You know, I think the smaller channels are much cooler than these big giant channels. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a few big channels that I still watch and those guys, you know, they stayed true to who they were, who they are, and yet they have a massive audience. There's a couple of them that I watch from time to time, but for the most part, I watch channels, you know, with less than, let's say, less than 5,000 subscribers. And a lot of times I'm watching channels with, you know, less than 1,000 subscribers or maybe 1,000 subscribers. You know, I enjoy the little channels. I don't come to YouTube to watch professionally done content. If I want to do that, I can go upstairs, get on the TV, and on demand anything I want basically, and watch that professionally done content. And it's much better than what's being done on YouTube, is in my opinion. But you know, you guys that think that, I think a lot of people are overreacting. I've caught a couple of videos in the last couple days. Yesterday, one channel that I watched, he did a video and he's really upset, and I don't think he has reason to be. And then this morning, I caught another video where this guy was trying to kind of lay it out for people, but you know, I wouldn't worry about, you know, just because you're not. People think for some reason in the terms of service, and if you read the terms of service, all you really got to do is do a search for like small content creators being shut down, and there's several videos up that people have done talking about it. And the new terms of service are really no different than the old terms of service. You know, YouTube has always reserved the right to terminate your channel, you know, anytime they like. And, you know, that's fine. You just, you know, my old channel got terminated, and it was because of a misunderstanding that I had with someone. I actually had some copyrighted stuff on my channel from a guy that I actually asked if I could use it, and he said yes. But before that happened, his people turned me into YouTube, and they terminated my channel. And I contacted YouTube, which you know how that is, and it took like a year. And I showed them the screenshots of our conversation and him saying, yeah, that's totally cool, you use my content. And they ended up eventually giving my channel back, but I had already started this channel, so I don't use it. But what I'm getting at is, you know, I wouldn't worry about, what they're worried about is they think that YouTube said any creator that is not bringing in revenue is going to be terminated. And that's just not true. I mean, it's what they're saying is different than that. And if you read the terms of service, you'll find that out. But like I said before, I mean, YouTube can terminate your channel, your content anytime they like. Nothing you can do about it. And it's like I said, it's their company. And even if they were to terminate your channel for whatever, like I said, who are we to bitch? I mean, here you can come on here, start a channel, and you have an audience of, I don't know, what, billions of people? You instantly turned on to an audience. Now, I'm not saying you get, promoted the way, I mean, there's no question that, YouTube chooses winners and losers, and they choose who they support. I mean, if you don't believe me, go over to Caesar All Guitars channel, and I'll try to put a link in this video, or I'll put it in the description. Go over to Caesar All Guitar channel and check him out. And then ask yourself why he only has 15,000 subscribers. Because this guy is an educated musician. He actually went to school for guitar. And the dude has priceless content. Yet, he's been around. And for whatever reason, he only has 15,000 subs. I mean, it's like, you'll believe me. Go over there and check him out. You won't believe. You'll be like, why do you only have 15,000 subs? It's because YouTube picks winners and losers, It's just the way it is. And that's cool. But like I said, I mean, I enjoy the smaller channels. I don't think the smaller channels they're not going anywhere. It's just that, YouTube is, they're looking into the future. Just like Comcast looked into the future when they said, what are we going to do when things progress and the internet progresses and, they start making a play for television? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to buy all these channels, History Channel, Discovery Channel, HBO. We're going to make it so that we own these channels, so no matter what they do, we're going to get paid. People, when you own a business, when you run a business, you're always looking into the future, where you're going to be later on. So a lot of the things you do now might, on the outside, might not make sense to a lot of people because they don't have your vision. They're not thinking about your business and thinking into the future. Anybody that's owned a business knows that. The people at Google have probably some of the greatest minds on the planet thinking about where their company, YouTube, and Google are going into the future. And I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I could piss and moan about, YouTube and how they censor people, they pick winners and losers. But then at the same time, it's like, God, who are you to bitch? You've been given this massive platform for free. All you got to do is sign up and make a channel that's totally simple and put a video out there. And you're on like one of the biggest internet sites with the largest audiences in the world. I mean, where else can you get that? You can't start your own website and do that, And so, who are you to bitch? It's like, and it's free, And you actually, if you get enough subscribers and do some advertising, you might even make a couple of bucks. It's like, really, who are we to bitch? So, I don't know. That's my thoughts on what I've heard in the last couple days and the worries that I've heard from people that, they're worried that come December 10th, all the small channels are going to be gone. They're not. Like I said, I'm sure that, even a year from now, 6 months from now, but definitely a year from now, YouTube's going to look a lot different. Think about how YouTube was 10 years ago. If I haven't had a channel that long, but I've watched YouTube for 10 years. I've been on and off this site for 10 years. And think about where it's come from. So, I mean, all this stuff is going to look completely different later on. And they're just progressing in their business model. So, like I said, I wouldn't get too worried about anything. There's always going to be a place for the little guy. Because, okay, here's the thing. If YouTube were to just terminate all the small channels, well, then I guess nobody else would be allowed to sign up for YouTube anymore either, right? I mean, think about it that way. If they were to say, oh, we're getting rid of everyone with less than 10,000 subscribers, well, what would that mean then? What that would mean is that you would no longer be able to start a YouTube channel. Well, they're not going to do that, right? So, don't get too worried about it, guys. I think it'll be just fine. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Like I said, I kind of get into this and forgot about it. So, doing my harvesting my mums, and yeah, I kind of forgot about these. So, I didn't really forget about them. I just had one on my shoulder. I've just been so busy, I haven't had time to get around to it. But I'm doing it now. So, I'm going to be doing a video coming up. We are going to go through that Stratocaster. We're going to do a full review on it. And then we are going to talk about how I'm going to modify it, because I'm going to put a humbucker on it. I really like the sound of, humbucker, single coil. So that's where I'm going to go. Humbucker and the bridge, 2 single coils. And I might replace the bridge on it, and do a few things, And I've also got another guitar that I really should send out to Paul Roney. He agreed to paint it for me, and I haven't got around to sending it out to him. I believe he's in Texas, and dude is like hell of a guitar painter. But he's, he doesn't really do a lot of small work anymore. But he agreed to paint mine just based on, our relationship together. So I got to send that guitar out, but this Stratocaster, we're gonna make it tits. So anyway, I will talk to you guys soon, and peace out.